All right, I'm going to turn the video on now. So really, people that use interpreters, they really don't like interpreters that are arrogant or have a big ego. You know, if an interpreter kind of feels insecure and not confident, no, they really don't like that either. A lot of people are used to seeing interpreters that, you know, feel like that they can do it and they feel confident. If an interpreter feels good and they're confident, then the consumers involved in the interpreting situation will feel good and will feel satisfied knowing that the interpreter can do a good job and the communication will be fluent. Sometimes I notice that interpreters that aren't as confident, consumers tend to question their performance, whether or not they're able to perform and if the communication will be good. Sometimes when interpreters go to work and they're performing for a big audience, people will come up afterwards and say, "Wow, great job, that was wonderful. Looks like you were doing a dance." And most of us feel kind of awkward about that, and we really don't like that kind of attention. But there are other interpreters that really don't mind. They're like, "Oh, I don't care, I'll interpret for anything. I'll interpret for music, comedy, dancing, all different sorts of settings." And really, you know, it's almost like the interpreter becomes involved in this show and the spotlight's on them. And some people, well, they feel like, you know, it's their artistic expression and it's okay to do that with interpreting. But a lot of other people really don't accept that idea. They don't think it's appropriate. For example, I recently read an article, or an editorial rather, and it was written by a teacher at Gallaudet. Her name is Caroline Solomon. She also wrote the article with her brother. He's an attorney. His name is Jeffrey Archer Miller. So the two of them, they wrote an article, and it stated that signing is not the same as performing. It's definitely not the same. So really, you know, what that means, you know, thinking about that idea, not all people accept the idea that interpreters are performers. Some people just don't agree with that and they're not comfortable with that idea. Most sign language interpreters agree that it's really important to be humble. They understand that that's important. And most of the time, interpreters don't view themselves as performers. But, you know, if you feel like performance is a part of your personality and it's important for you to have an artistic expression, then I think, you know, then I don't really think that's a good idea to bring that with you to work, and you should find another way to, you know, express yourself, whether it's being involved in a music group or theater. You know, you should do that some other place, not with your work. Recently, I have seen something that's come up. It's in Seattle, Seattle, Washington. There was a men's chorus group.
Okay.